Erik Ten Hag to Manchester United. Let's go. Salam sejahtera and welcome to JomUnited. We are a Malaysian Manchester United fan channel, yet dengan bangganya Buatan Malaysia. If you are new to our channel, please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below, and turn on the bell notification
Ding dong.
so that you'll be notified when we go live or when we release a new video.
Alright, so JomUnited ni lama tak cakap benda ni. So
No,
JomUnited
itulah.
I ingat dog yang nak cakap. Aduh.
Tidak, silakan Dok.
No lah,
No, it's alright, it's alright.
Back, dude.
Give it back to the
Okay,
admin.
so
Give it back to the
JomUnited
admin.
ni bukan YouTube channel sahaja yang ada. Kita semua boleh jadi part of the community of JomUnited. Yang penting sekali apa kena buat, subscribe kita punya YouTube channel dan join tu. Link kat bawah tu. Tunduk bawah sikit kepala, bawah tu ada link. Telegram group masuk. Kita open semua boleh masuk. Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan, every fan, every football fan masuk. Yang penting masuk dalam, please respect each other. Tu je.
Okay, guys.
Nobody does it better lah.
No lah. Of course, it's like Henderson.
That's the SOP lah, bro.
You know, Henderson and David De Gea. You know, we got Henderson who just spoke. Is he? David De Gea, the second rate one. Alamak, always screw up, always mess up the timing and whatnot.
Damn it.
so guys, Erik Ten Hag. All right, breaking news. I think about like 3 days ago. Right, that he's appointed, not officially appointed. All right, because Ajax is still in the middle of a season. So out of respect to Ajax and whatnot. They are not going to announce it yet, but then a lot of tier 1 sources already claiming that the next manager of Manchester United is Erik Ten Hag. All right. So first and foremost, I'm gonna ask Pijal first, all right, because he's always skeptical. He's always holding on to his long lost love. All right. So always hoping that he might come back. Okay. So Pijal. So what do you think? What do you feel about the appointment? All right, not the official yet lah, but let's just assume lah, right? The appointment of Erik Ten Hag as the new manager of Manchester United.
Yalah, memang kata something new, something to look forward lah. The new manager yang memang tak pernah ada experience dekat EPL, and everyone has been hyping him. Dia boleh bawa bring the an unknown player jadi known player, jadi superstar. So something to look forward lah. Hopefully memang kata appointment of Erik Ten Hag dan juga ada Ralf Rangnick dah naik dari sporting director tu, we can see the most important thing, kita nampak structured dekat the way this football club berjalan tau. Kita tak nak nanti dia jadi macam first and second season je nampak structured. Third season tiba-tiba owner nak beli superstar masuk. So hopefully it's not something like that lah. Let's hope apa yang kita dengar all the hypes, beli unknown, bring up the youth, bawa semua datang, dapat buat benda tu, then it makes us happy. At least kita see some progress. Tahu, itulah. So memang look forward dengan Erik Ten Hag ni lah.
Okay, Raj, my question to you, all right? Because there's a rumor that it's not really a rumor lah. It's a split decision between Poch and also Erik Ten Hag. Okay, so the deciding factor is Richard Arnold and Joel Glazer, all right, deciding that yes, this botak guy, all right, is the man to take us forward, Erik Ten Hag. So how much of this news do you think is true?
The probable reason on why the board actually won Erik Ten Hag compared to Mauricio Pochettino is probably because he's cheaper. That's how they work.
Yes.
So this board, I don't trust this board, bro. To be completely honest, I don't trust this board. I mean, Ralf Rangnick came in. What has changed? Our win percentage is same as how it was under Oli. It's 49%. Now it's still 49%. So what has changed? My question is, what has changed? You're giving me the story that Ralf Rangnick is an interim manager and whatnot. That means, what was the whole purpose of having Ralf Rangnick for 6 months? We have that. Why not you just allow Oli to be in for the remaining 6 months? I know Pijal will be very happy to hear this, but it's the same thing. What has changed? That's my question.
True.
Exactly.
Saya kata sebab tu masa Ole ada tu, kekalkan Ole terus sampai end of the season. At least sebab kita tahu expectation main teruk semua kan. But then datang the professor, nothing has changed.
The professor came in, but my question is, how much is the board and the upper hierarchy influencing every manager who's in this club with regards to selection of players, all those social media favorites who are playing week in, week out, the captain who is shit and is still playing week in, week out, and then the midfield problem has not been sorted out. Why is not Matic playing week in, week out when we are only playing one game per week on average? That's my question. Matic is the only accomplished CDM we have, and McTominay is still playing because he's a passion merchant and he runs around and he thumps his chest with the United badge and all those things. That is the reason why he's playing. To me, with the bot in, you can bring in Pochettino, you can bring in Erik Ten Hag, whoever it is. But to be honest, until and unless this bot leaves, I've been singing this song from day one. Nothing is going to change. Nothing has changed over the last a few months. We are towards the end of the season where we might miss Europe this season. I hope we do, because I think we don't have the caliber to actually compete in Europe even next season. Being a United fan, it pains me to say this, but for a proper rebuild, we need less games so that the squad depth is not being tinkered too much. This is what I feel.
So lucky he didn't keep the Lego Old Trafford next to him, right?
I think because
He
he
might
was
be
back,
pieces
the
by
back
now.
there, bro.
please like the
Anyhow, Doc, what do you feel
Dom
about
freeze,
this whole
Dom freeze,
arrangement?
Dom freeze.
Hey, Dom,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see all these jokes about De Gea freezing, right? Dom froze eventually.
Anyways, we go to Doc. Doc, what is your take on Erik Ten Hag joining the rumors? Okay, guys, we better scrape this video if he doesn't join in the end. But since the rumors are high that he's going to join in the end, come end of the season, probably because Ajax are still in running for a cup and also they are in a tight spot with regards to the league. I'm starting to follow Ajax just because Ten Hag is coming over. All right. But the thing is, Doc, what's your opinion? How do you feel about the news that Erik Ten Hag is coming in?
You'll never know, right? Some people say Alex Ferguson is still micromanaging, right? So Poch might come in the end. Ouch, just taking pot shots lah.
We should
But
scrape this video altogether.
I don't know lah. Actually, the jury is out lah. You know, he may have won a lot of trophies in Ajax, but we know the Dutch league again is not the strongest league. It's always a 2-3 horse race at the maximum, right? Again, then he's been dealing with young players, players that have come through the Ajax system, playing the Ajax way. Now it's going to be a totally different ball game where you're going to have these big superstars, okay, whether they really qualify as superstars or not, but they are big superstars based on their pay packet. And we've seen them throw managers under the bus already, okay? Yeah. Now, a new manager coming in, inexperienced manager, new manager, not a very big name in a sense, right? Can he then impress upon the players what he wants, right? And will they then follow, or will they also then slowly throw him under the bus as well? So there are a lot of ifs and buts. For me, I guess it can't get any worse than it is now, I would say, looking at our recent performance. I really had quite high hopes when Ralph Rangnick came in, right? I mean, based on some of what we've seen, how he analyzes games. And in fact, until now, if you look at his post-match interviews, even his pre-match interviews, so the way he analyzes things seems perfect, but it's not being translated onto the pitch. So again, where's the problem? Is it from the manager to the players? Is it the players just not doing what they're instructed? And if that is the case, then even a new manager, inexperienced manager, will have trouble.
True.
Okay, sorry, just now I froze like De Gea. I'm so sorry.
We already made that joke already, sir.
Oh, seriously,
Before you go ahead, there is a fan by the name Maguire supporter. I think it's Smurf. So I'm just putting it out there. So I think we can continue.
Smurf, come on, man! Don't use alias like. Come on, lah, Smurf.
Oh, Smurf Maguire. Prince poster in his living room.
Right. Question. Back to Pija. All right. With the rumors, the appointment of this Erik Ten Hag. Do you think that the team will have a morale boost with the remaining 8 more games, right, in the season? And then also, going into the Liverpool game, come on, man. We are looking forward to the Liverpool game. At least we got something right now. What do you think, Pija?
I think the issue ni yang Doc kata tadi lah. Erik Ten Hag ni is a hype manager tau. Sebab I don't think anyone knows him apart of from this season tau. Kita tak kenal dia, tak tahu. Yelah macam Dok kata lah. Apa yang dia menang pun dia menang kat Eredivisie. Eredivisie is the league yang macam sama macam Bundesliga lah. Bayern Munich of Eredivisie tau, Ajax tu. So memang expected to win the league, expected to win the cup. But then I don't think these players, because we have some big players. We have Bruno and also they have to remember there are at least 5 to 6 players yang kontrak dah nak tamat tau. So they are already looking forward at the end of the season. Bila dah season dah habis, aku tak sabar nak keluar daripada kelab ni. So why they have to be like this extra motivated? Because of manager yang akan datang yang takkan coach diorang pun. Pogba, Mata, we have lagi ada player Lingard. Nothing to look forward to. So these players are just gonna be the same. Hopefully I'm wrong. But these players akan play the same style, the same way, the same passion. I mean the lower passion until end of season. Itu je I boleh cakap. Sebab I nothing hope lah. My hope for this season only, just play the youngsters. I don't care Garnacho ke, tak kisah. Play je dia, bagi je diorang main. I tak kira, I dah tak nak tengok dah Ronaldo, bla semua ni dah tak nak tengok dah. Bagi je yang Garnacho semua tu main. Tu je.
I mean, no matter how not motivated they are, right? You should at least be going out there to give it all to at least get into Europe lah. You know, that is your target, right?
Yeah, correct.
That is because you don't want to be in a position where next season when you're ready to go, you're not in Champions League or, things like that. So they should have that much of passion to at least continue to end of the season, no matter what their thoughts are of the manager and things like that. It's that, that's why we always talk about pride of playing for the badge, isn't it?
But if you're talking about that, the point that you're talking about, I mean, the past few games that we have seen, I mean, even before this announcement of Erik Ten Hag and whatnot, that should also apply to that time as well, not only for this case, right?
Exactly.
But then we don't actually
now.
see that. So actually, I was actually personally hoping there would be a boost somewhat, because out of 11 players or however many, including the one on the bench, right? I'm sure there's a few of them who are motivated, knowing that such a manager is actually coming in. There are that wouldn't care. I'm quite sure. All right. So my question to Raj. So like just now Pijal mentioned, there are a few players who are out of contract. So how do you think that this appointment of Erik Ten Hag, I keep on to say real friendly, Erik Ten Hag will actually affect the contract signing of, I think, De Gea is coming. I mean, he's about to renew his contract or whatnot, right? Then we got Luke Shaw, and I think Luke Shaw, David De Gea. Yep. Pogba is definitely gone lah.
Yeah, I think Pogba and Lingard are definitely gone. De Gea and who was the other one again?
Luke Shaw.
Shaw. Oh, okay. So De Gea and Phil Jones. Before I proceed forward, I just hope that we don't get whacked by Everton tomorrow, so that it doesn't ruin our weekend altogether. We are very capable of doing that, judging by how we play lately. We even at Old Trafford we play as if we are the away team at Old Trafford. So looking into the contracts, I feel it depends on whether the manager intends to keep the player further. The huge rumors that I mean, Doc might not like this, but Erik Ten Hag prefers a keeper who's a ball player. And between Henderson and David De Gea, I think Henderson is a better ball player. Of course, David De Gea is a better goalkeeper. That much I will tell. But as a ball player, that's what new managers want, apparently. I think Henderson is much better. But I would still say it depends on the player. If I was Erik Ten Hag, if you put me in that situation, I'll let Shaw go. I'll still keep De Gea. Because I feel Shaw I think he's behaved like he's a one-season wonder. And then now he makes as if the whole world revolves around him, especially his comments in the England camp. Shaw and Maguire can go together as a package. If anyone want them, any of those mates, Henderson, Grealish, and all those who want him, you can recommend to your manager, take them together. We don't care. So we want players who are playing for the badge, who are passionate for the badge. We are not here for social media people who are saying, maybe the fans' voice is being heard, because the fans were pushing for Ten Hag, right? Maybe the fans' voice is being heard, but how far is it being heard? I'm not sure. There is also rumors that they're going to have the club ownership percentage coming in as well. I read it somewhere this morning. I'm not sure if that's really going to happen or not.
But it's going to be voided or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
I remember reading something like that.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. Whoever that wants to take the players there who feel like they are bigger than this club and they feel that they play for England better when they play for England compared to Manchester United, the door is open, you can leave. Nobody bothers. So it
Okay.
applies to everyone. Whoever that goes to your national team and feel that, oh, I play with less pressure here. There is a pressure playing for Manchester United because you play for one of the biggest clubs in England, right? I don't want to fight with other teams to say we are the biggest club in the world, but as far as England is concerned, Manchester United is the biggest supported club in England, period. So there is not even an argument about that. So
Okay, we
that's
got
my
a
stand.
comment. We got a comment by Sonic. All right, let's get a bit controversial. I heard that the dressing room have separated opinions. The likes of Erik Ten Hag comes to United. Which United players do you think that doesn't like Erik Ten Hag? Okay, for one, I would say Shaw lah. I would say Shaw because I'm thinking that Shaw is hoping Poch will come in and save his career and put him over Telles and whatnot lah. So I'm gonna name one. I think Shaw. Okay, maybe do a round robin lah. All right, let's be controversial. Pija. Tak buka. Okay.
I-
Boleh. Tak batal.
I David De Gea.
Oh,
Tak ada
that
lah.
one cannot.
Nah, I think on the serious note, mungkin the both ni lah. Maybe ada Wan-Bissaka and also Luke Shaw lah. The one yang memang akan having a bit of problem because of the ability diorang tak boleh nak push up kan. Attacking side tu diorang lemah. So mungkin the both fullbacks lah for me.
Raj, how
The
about you?
English connection, the
Yeah,
English
the English-
connection.
That's why I want to ask you, Raj. How about you and what do you think?
If you
Rashford,
say
how
Shaw,
about
I
Rashford?
say Maguire, bro. Because there is definitely Maguire will definitely lose his captaincy, I think, if Ten Hag comes in. Because he will want a new vision.
Yes, just this question. Kalau
Yes.
kata Ten Hag datang juga dan Maguire is still the captain,
Hmm.
how?
Yes,
is
that proves that somebody else up there is making the decision instead of the manager. So you have like I always say, right? You are not addressing doc. You are from the medical line. If somebody comes with a headache, you don't give him medicine to actually cure diarrhea. It doesn't cure the headache. So that's what I'm trying to say. We are not curing the actual problem. The actual problem is the upper hierarchy.
But then
That is the problem.
the thing is right now, right? I mean, it's not realistic for us to, ever since the ESL, incident already went past already, the fans kind of forgotten and whatnot. So we are, in a way, we are helpless. We are stuck
Correct.
with the owners and whatnot. So I don't know. Maybe do you think, right, guys, that this Erik Ten Hag appointment and whatnot, and then now they are talking about getting a director of football, maybe in a Paul Mitchell or whoever it is, and then you're talking about bringing players from AX and whatnot. Do you think that this is a step in the right direction, or do you think it's just a smoke screen? All right, I'm gonna ask Doc on this one, all right, because we know how Raj stands about this and Pijal stands about this. How about Doc? Do you think this is a smoke screen, or the club is slowly building its way back to where it's supposed to be?
It depends. You've got people like if Ralph Rudnick gets that position that is promised, we know he likes to bring in young talents, so to say, right, and then build from there. But again, are the board going to have that kind of patience to give a timeline of 3 to 5 years to start building, right?
Correct.
That's one thing. And I think the captaincy issue, right? Again, a new manager comes in, straight away strips the captain and switches captain. It's going to throw the dressing room into more disharmony. I think we've seen it before when Moyes first came in and he actually got rid of the whole backroom staff and brought in his own staff, right? It was the beginning of the downfall, right? So a new manager, I would think, wouldn't rock the boat so much, okay? And then again, let me also address the De Gea comments lah. No, I mean, I'm just being fair here, right? A new manager coming in, there are a lot of positions that need to be filled. Okay, there's going to be new midfielders coming in. There's probably going to be a new striker coming in, maybe even your wing backs, right? And if you're going to start building, you must have some sort of a solid base. You can't bring in about 8 to 10 new players and expect the team to start moving. So you got to then identify which positions you want to keep. And which players you want to keep, you think can improve, and that would be your core. And then you bring in maybe 4 to 5. If it's really a major rebuild, then about 4 to 5 new players to slot in with that core. Now, who will be your core? For me, I would not change a goalkeeper who's been performing just because you want him to distribute the ball. Again, if they start playing a different style, you may actually see that his distribution is not that bad. Because currently, right, the way we set up to play is to just play short
Correct.
passes to the central defenders to move the ball around. And then you cannot say that, oh, his distribution is not good because we are playing that style,
You
right?
haven't given him the opportunity to distribute the ball
exactly.
properly without any pressure, without any last minute, last second back pass and stuff like that, side pass and whatnot. Yeah. So
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
way, I
So that's
agree.
what we were trying to do, you see. So I would still keep him as my core because he's been performing, right? Okay. Bruno will form part of your core. The Ronaldo will probably still, if he's going to stay for that one more season, he will form part of your core. Sancho probably yes. Okay, the midfield again, that is the biggest problem. All three, I don't even think will form part of your core, if you ask me. Okay, that is two midfielders have to come in. Your wing backs both are out. Your central defender, we've got Varane. Maguire has been a joke this season. So do you then bring in another person? So there are a lot of other positions that probably need to be filled. And then later on, once you get that kind of a possession flow going and if you really think the Geha's distribution is not fitting your game, but your game is moving in that direction, then then probably you might need to make a switch. Okay. But again, he needs to be given a chance. He's one of the few performing this season consistently.
Doc,
That's
sorry, Doc. Dom, what's your take on Erik Ten Hag coming in? You asked all three of us. I want to know your view. What do you actually feel?
Very good, Laraj.
Anthony Martial. No, actually, right. For me, if you're talking about rebuild, okay, if you're talking about the two top candidates, Erik Ten Hag and Mauricio Pochettino, all right. Apart from all those technical things that the formation they play or whatever not that has been covered by Said and everyone else, I think the important thing here we are looking at is the patience of the fans. I think this is the important thing actually. As much as we want to talk about which player comes in and whatnot, if you are talking about a long-term rebuild, 2 to 3 years and whatnot, I believe, all right now, Erik Ten Hag will be given the patience by the fans because it's the fans that wanted Erik Ten Hag. So there's no there's no question about it that if there's any hiccups or whatnot, the fans would be a bit more tolerant to it, right? They won't start throwing him under the bus so soon. So I think in that way, I think it would be a better choice to have him than Poch. All right, if Poch comes in, I mean, even if you talk about other channels and whatnot, other sources and whatnot, United sources, fan sources talking about Poch, right? Usually they'll see him in a bad light, like he's a failure in PSG, right? What has he achieved at Spurs?
Exactly.
Bring them to the Champions League and what? Play Harry Kane, an injured Harry Kane who just came back from an injury and bottle it, stuff like that. Even Dr. Ramlan that we had on that day, a hardcore Spurs fan actually telling us that Poch is not the man for United. We should go for Erik Ten Hag. So that tells us a lot coming from a rival fan. All right. So basically for me, it will come. What I would say is right now, apart from all the technical stuff and whatnot, the patience of the fans and Erik Ten Hag, I think, will actually sustain us fans for this maybe 2 years, at least 2 seasons. I feel. Instead of, hopefully this cycle ends here. All right. Hopefully it builds into something, regardless of the Glazers being on top and whatnot, build some positivity into the fan base, and then we can actually start enjoying football again as fans, United fans.
Question.
Yo.
You said just now, fan plays the part. If Erik Ten Hag fail, can we blame the fans?
Can we blame how are you going to blame the fans? I think right now, right, everyone is unanimous saying that Erik Ten Hag should be the one at helm. All right, so we can't really point fingers as the fans and whatnot, because given like we have tried all types of managers, we have serial winners, we have legends of the club coming in. All right, people with LVG, those kind of portfolio and whatnot, they failed.
And we have managers who are serial 4th place finishers.
Exactly. We have failed everything. I think that the board, the managers have failed as fans. We want something, we want hope and whatnot. So it's not fair that if you put us fans in this situation, put yourself in this situation, saying that we're going to fail and we will start blaming our fans. No, we want something positive.
No, my argument is that kalau katakan board pilih Poch, kita akan blame the board because of why kenapa diorang pilih Poch tak pilih Erik Ten Hag. Why is it when we are the fan, we kata ambil Ten Hag because of the new manager lah, something excited lah. If this is big if fail, then are we still gonna blame the board? Because board kata
we gotta see.
On board part I kata I dah follow fan kata nak ambil Erik Ten Hag.
Yes, fans we talk about pilihan Erik Ten Hag is one thing, but what other things that the fans want? We want the full control. Not leave what Erik Ten Hag. Ralph Rangnick will be shouting about it. We give the full control to the manager. We let him do what he's capable of. Then we
I
will
mean,
decide.
which goes
Then we
back
will
to
decide.
my earlier point just now when the question was pointed to me. What do you feel? If Erik Ten Hag comes in with full control, that means we don't want to see all the underperforming social media favorites being played week in, week out. Whoever that is deserving is playing, regardless of the price tag.
Yes.
Whoever
The
that
merits,
is
correct.
not playing or performing is being sold, regardless the
Correct.
price tag.
Correct.
That shows that a manager has full control of the club, something that we don't have at the moment. So even if they bring in, my point is, I'm not against Erik Ten Hag coming to United. I feel that he's a very talented manager as well. But the question is, how much control will the next manager get? Of course, between Pochettino and Erik Ten Hag, kepada saya, Erik Ten Hag is a better choice, definitely. Like what Dom pointed out, Poch cannot even kick it with Spurs. Look at the nonsense we are at the moment. We are like 10 times worse than how he got Spurs. Let's call a spade a spade. So the manager needs to have proper control.
Question.
So I think, sorry, can I just add in one question before that? I mean, Dom says that fans' choice was Ten Hag. Are you sure? Was it really the fans' choice? Because as far as I know, a lot of fans also wanted Conte before he went to Spurs.
No,
right? There are other big names that the fans wanted. It's not Erik Ten Hag was your first choice.
Because right now, I think they are talking about Luis Enrique and whatnot, but that I don't think is how to say obtainable because of the World Cup and whatnot, right? So actually, Gary Neville and I think there are a few channels they actually run polls and whatnot. So it was quite a huge. It's like 80%, 20% kind of result, in the polls that the fans want Erik Ten Hag and whatnot. So again, Pijal, you got a question just now?
No. Okay, this is just an immediate situation. Erik Ten Hag was chosen, get full control, but still fail. So, macam mana? Are we the fan gonna take responsible? Oh, we are sorry because we are pushing the board to choose Erik Ten Hag.
No,
Next question would be, Pijal, what is your definition of failure?
Yeah, because
the expectation is that of course every manager yang datang
because kita tak boleh mengharap. Let us remember, we cannot hope that we are going to be challenging for the league next season.
Of course
I don't even think that we are capable enough to finish top 4 next season.
But I think just that question, Pijal, has already been answered, because even if Ten Hag comes in and his hands are tied, right, and he fails, you can't blame the fans because his hands are tied.
No. Pijal scenario.
No. He's saying if there is complete control.
Full, Pijal, in that case, right, I think the fans won't be blaming. The fans won't be blaming the fans. We'll be trusting the process. We'll be trusting the process and see how it. Like serious, as cliche as it might sound, if it ticks the criteria and everything, right. And again, what I think, like what Raj mentioned, we have to be realistic with our expectations and whatnot. Okay, if you can see improvements and whatnot, like even the simplest stuff, like again, I totally agree with Raj. The selection of the players, we can start from that. Maybe the captaincy and whatnot. We can see small things like that.
We can see
play in a
things
certain
like there
style.
is a flow. There is a certain passing in the game. Yes,
correct.
We might draw or drop points, but there is a certain style of play. We have players who are adequate for each position. We are not playing Fred or McTominay as a CDM. That is when the team is improving. The proper players are playing. The underperforming players are not playing each and every game just because they're entitled to, because they're English, they're British, they're social media, they're social media frenzy, or they're social media merchants for the club, or they're passion merchants. They are not playing because of that. They are playing because they are good. Because they are correct. I would say take off Aaron Wan-Bissaka, remove Shaw as well.
Okay.
Bring in Brandon Williams, promote someone from the youth. And even if we lose or drop points or we lose games, we see that the team is gelling. The team takes time to gel. That we have to accept as fans.
Okay. Another question I nak ask. If managers do what the fan expected, simpan Maguire, simpan Fred, tak main Fred. Does it mean that the Ten Hag dapat full control dengan dia dapat buat all the selection dia nak, atau memang Erik Ten Hag mainkan mereka tu sebab mereka bagus masa training?
Bukan Pijal, simple saja. Kalau game ini ada yang buat salah, game depan dia tak main, Maksudnya manager tu ada control. Kalau game ini yang buat salah tu, game depan, game minggu hadapan, game 2 bulan dari sekarang, dia masih control, dia masih jadi first name on the paper, that means there's someone else influencing the decision.
Correct.
How do you know? How do you know that?
And
Maybe
I
No, we
would
can
say,
see.
right, not only that, the fans will never blame the fans, lah.
Yeah.
Okay?
We will
matter
find
what the
some other
choice.
reasons, lah. We will
Okay,
say
I
it's
give
the
you-
lights or the
I give
wind,
you a
AstroTurf.
perfect example. I give you a perfect example. The previous manager Ole, right? I mean, the fans were the ones who wanted him to get the contract based on
Correct.
the initial performances.
Correct.
Right? Every fan said, he should be given the job full time. Okay? And then when things slowly started to unravel, the fans turned on him. No fan is going to say, I supported him when he joined. I wanted to get full contract. No.
Doc, you were wrong. Not all fans. One fan remained loyal. 2 fans stayed to the very
Hey.
end. One jumped ship. One jumped ship. One went down with the ship. One went down with the ship.
I saw the elevator speech. The elevator speech. was
You
what I
know, there's one video where there's one skeleton holding something underwater, you know. There's one meme. I think we can put Pijal in that meme with Ole's photograph or something like that.
There's only one fan. One fan, all right?
No, my argument is that why is it that we believe currently because of contohlah for example the good coach ni kita tengok Ralf Rangnick just because of dia mainkan Maguire, dia masih mainkan Manfred, kita assume time dia masih tie, dia tak boleh nak pilih player
No,
dia nak.
Pijal. I have to correct you there.
But let me correct you that. Some games we saw Rashford was bad. The next game Rashford doesn't play. Maguire was bad. The next game he continues to play. McTominay was bad. He continues to play the following game as well. That means there's something more than his selection. Why is he selective in throwing players in the next game? That means someone is telling, and he refuses to acknowledge that players like Maguire and all are underperforming. I don't know, that goes all the way until Wayne Rooney in his Hall of Fame speech as well. I don't know what they see in him.
No,
But
there's,
nevertheless, there is something there.
I think on top of that also his interviews and whatnot. A lot of times he's mentioning, he's actually hinting. You know, this Ralf Rangnick is actually quite a brilliant guy. He doesn't go direct. He pandai pusing macam kita punya batu api, alright? So same similarities there, right? So
after
the way that
after
the way
723.
yeah, 723. So you know the questions that people ask him and whatnot. So in a way, he's actually indicating that he got no control and whatnot. If you're talking about the selection of the managers and whatnot, he got no idea. Players coming in and whatnot. He's hinting that he has no idea and he's there for the board if they need any advice. So it's actually a sign already. Obviously, he cannot come up and say, hey, I'm just a puppet. I can't do anything and whatnot, right? So he actually throws some hints out there already. So in a way, I think generally the fan base, right? I think apart from Oni Pija, we are actually quite compassionate about our friend Ralf Rangnick lah. All right, so yeah. Okay, we got a comment here, a good comment actually by King Eric. If Eric fails, if Eric fails, at least the foundations have been set and we know what kind of criteria to look at for the next manager. I think this is a brilliant one. This is a very, very good one. Correct. Okay, let me see. Is there any other questions? Okay, I got one question that I prepared actually. All right, there's also a rumor, right, that United actually they are out to sign Calvin Phillips, right, from Leeds. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this step of scouting a player before appointing a manager, it's going against what we are calling a proper rebuild? Okay, maybe let's start with Pijal first lah.
I think just because of not scouting too, no problem go, because it's just a scouting. Yeah, I don't think getting any help, because besides we have Ralf Rangnick. I'm sure Ralf Rangnick ada some advice in terms of which player yang memang nak tengok, because dia tahu maybe the style of play yang Erik Ten Hag nak main. Then mungkin there are some players yang memang diorang buat scouting. I think no harm kot in terms of kalau kita go scout players, some of the players dulu yang memang dah jadi highly lookable, maksudnya diorang memang dah aim lama-lama. Then I don't think there's any harm in terms of that. But then yalah, you never know. Mungkin Erik Ten Hag dia mungkin ada preferable dia kan. Tapi I think for the time being, sementara nak menunggu dia announce semua tu, just go lah, scout as much as possible lah for me lah. This is just for my own opinion lah.
Okay, Raj, speaking about signing players and whatnot, would you rather we go for English players who are proven in the Premier League? I mean, regardless of their price tag, not necessarily Rice or Harry Kane or those big names, like maybe like Ruben Neves or whoever. But apparently now he's also worth 100 million already. But I mean, names like this, all right?
Everyone is worth 100
Yeah.
million when United comes in. Right?
Would you rather go for that type of players, or with Erik Ten Hag coming in, would you rather like he bring in fresh faces, like we are linked with Anthony and whatnot from EX and whatnot, which if you're playing fantasy football, all right, this is not putting Mo Salah in your team, so don't worry, Erik Ten not going to hantam you lah, right? So what do you think?
I think even a person who does not know basic football will understand that this team needs a CDM regardless who comes in. So be it Kevin Phillips, be it Ruben Neves, Bissouma, whoever it is, get them in. We need a CDM. You can't bring in the argument that Jamie Garner is ready. Okay, Jamie Garner might be ready, but he's still young. We need someone else to play alongside him. All right. Matic wants to stay, he can stay in and probably see off games in the future, but we need proper central defensive midfielders. It's a given. So regarding whether we should choose English Premier League proven players, I think it's better because you don't really need the adaptation period, or the some players don't adapt even after donkey years in the Premier League. So if they come from a different league, so it's always better to get a CDM who is Premier League proven. We need a proven solution. You get a CDM, you play probably Varane and Lindelof at the back, and two proper wing backs who can, for the life of me, cross the ball into the penalty box and not to the fan stand. We will be better.
Okay, Doc. Yeah. Apart from a CDM, like what Raj is mentioning, what other positions do you think we need to actually fortify in the coming windows, especially to fit into an Erik Ten Hag system?
Yeah, so I think
goalkeeper.
They may have also. I thought I addressed that already. They may have also got an idea from his interview, right? They apparently interviewed him, so maybe he would have also identified the defensive mid as one of the areas and probably discussed potential players. Who knows, right? And Calvin Phillips' name would have come up. But I think if you ask me, right, I still would go for Rice. Okay, again, price tag is an issue, right? But he has proven in the last few seasons, even at West Ham, he's the one who really does the job for them. You look how he makes them tick. Really breaking up attacks and setting the motion forward. And he's a leader on the pitch. That is what we also want, right? And then you get a few young players to work around with him. Okay. I think if you ask me areas where I think we need to strengthen, definitely the wing-back positions. Our starting wing-backs, Dalot and Shaw, don't give me any confidence. Teles and AWB, all are very limited. They're very limited. Either they can attack or they can defend. They can't do both, right? And if it's the system that Ajax play, you need good, proper wing-backs, okay? Midfield is another area that needs to be strengthened. I think if you ask me that forward position, your wingers, you have decent, good wingers. Now you need to get them to start performing. Rashford, Ilanga, Sancho, okay? And what we probably need is another centre forward, a real fox in the box kind of centre forward. Yes, we have Ronaldo. Yes, there's a lot of 37 years old, but we still need a really good young one, right? Who we can groom to then take over. So there are a lot of very important areas that needs to be fixed, if you ask me lah.
Okay, we got a comment here by ESPYMU SPMU. Now we thought we want this player, that player. Next season we are not in the Champions League. Will players want to come to us? So in a way, I don't know. I think that this is actually maybe a blessing in a way that whereby when we look at the players, we look at those low profile and those kind of players, low profile players. They are looking for the step up to a bigger team, regardless of whether we are in the Champions League or not. I mean, of course, they have to be talented and whatnot lah.
Sorry lah, I have to also disagree with that. This is Manchester United. Okay, people will still want to come. They know if everything is put into place, right, within the next season, you're back in Champions League already. We are supposed to be there.
I mean, to add to what Doc is saying, we signed Zlatan. Sorry, we technically didn't sign him. We came Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, Pogba, all in the same window, and we were playing Europa League that season.
Yeah.
True. Because we got Jose Mourinho, right? That's why we got
Yeah.
Mourinho. That's why.
Manager factor.
Maybe Ten Hag
But
might bring
now-
his some
Yeah,
of
his
his
AX
some of his
AX
players
players.
from AX.
Correct.
Or if Poch comes in, probably he will come and mess up the team and go back. So either way,
Brian Lee.
can't do
Hey,
anything in
Brian,
PSG. Can you believe that?
Brian Lee, you all say young, but when young players play, you all say too young. When old, too young. Hey, Brian, I'm waiting for your comment, all right? Because we are at pretty much at the end of our show. We're actually waiting for Brian Lee's comment.
Oh, another
Let me see.
surprise comment, is it?
Alright.
This coach,
SHB, Rice
Bro,
is
I
great,
think his
but
Maguire
overpriced.
supporter is Josh lah. I changed my
Is who?
opinion. Josh.
Josh. No lah, I don't think. I think Josh is busy and whatnot lah now.
That's
Okay, so
a
Rice is
secret
great.
agent.
Rice is great, but overpriced. We must spend budget wisely. To be honest, no more English players incoming overrated. In a way, I agree lah. I agree this one. I would go for relatively unknown players but talented players who wish to take the next step up lah. I think that would be better for us instead of. I know, Doc, you've been arguing about Nasi. What if this Nasi turns out to be another Maguire and whatnot? Aren't
Another
you
Bobo.
afraid?
This one is going to
Are
be
you?
Nasi Kanda, bro.
No, this not.
Bro, but seriously, right? Seriously, even if you bring like a CDM who is playing for who is the bottom of the league? I mean, form-wise, it's us. But who is the bottom of the league at the moment?
Is it Norwich now? Burnley.
Burnley.
Burnley punya CDM kita bawa masuk pun, I think we will have a step. The team will immediately
Will
upgrade.
step up. Yeah, correct. True.
No, I mean, to be honest, right, Dom, he's been performing in the Premiership over and over again in the last few seasons, playing for West Ham, which is not really one of your traditional big four, right?
But
and he's
then,
performing really well. If you think he's going to come to Old Trafford, he's not going to fail immediately. I doubt so lah.
Doc, price tag. I don't know. Now for me, I got this
Yes.
phobia about price tag already. If you talk about
Yes,
players with like 80,000,
Maybe you should bring back Moyes.
80 million upwards, right? I got a big phobia. Even 60
See.
million also, I'm doubting and stuff and whatnot, right? 50 million still okay, because 50 million can always go down the drain, right? So it's always okay. But anything like that, 60 million, 80 million, 100 million, no man, I'm scared of that. All right, guys, I think we are at the end of the show. One last comment by Brian Lee. Henderson,
This one.
all right, guys, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. All right, after the Everton game for post-match reaction. Hopefully, it'll be a good one because we already used so many fridge photos and Maguire photos and whatnot.
Stay strong, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
Strong.
Well, tomorrow the GOAT is going to score. Dihi is going to keep a clean sheet. I'm coming to look for all of you all tomorrow.
And with that, good night. We'll see you guys.
All right. See you guys.
Oh, my laptop keep on crash. Damn cow. Don't know what happened. Oh,
I think before the show, can you restart your laptop, bro?
Yeah, actually restart. I reboot. Maybe I gotta reboot it again because that time I was with the Twitter thing. I left it on.